You got, drop it. What's your sacrifice? You don't got nothing either. What is this? Oh no.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
Today's topic is a bit of a weird one. Is Apex Legends dying in 2022? This is a pretty lengthy discussion with a lot of sources of information, so stay tuned, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new as always, and let's jump right into it. So for some of the news updates and drama that I missed in this video, because this is not a typical JMeyels video, I will update you guys in the next video tomorrow, but this is a topic that I've really been wanting to hit for a couple of days now. Since Apex Legends released back in 2019, about 3 months after its existence, people started to say that this game was dying, and the main reason was because Respawn was extremely slow to adding content into the game. There was so much hype, there were so many people playing in Season 0, and whenever Season 1 was set to launch, they actually delayed it by I think a week or two so that they could add a little bit more stuff, because I don't think they were anticipating it to be so successful. Shortly after this was when they ramped up the production. They started to finally add a rank system, they started to add new map updates, and a lot of stuff was coming to the game, and Apex started to really explode. After the first few months of its existence, it really started to dwindle down. However, they recovered very well, and ever since then, I could honestly say the game has just kind of been trickling upward. If you came here for one answer to a simple question, will Apex ever die? My short answer is no. But is it currently dying is a different question. I would honestly say since Season 2 released, from the wide angle of all of this, we've been slowly trickling up with a few bumps and bruises along the way. But we really haven't had this major shift of people just stopping and quitting Apex like tremendously and the game just starting to die off. With recent graphs of player counts, it does look a little concerning. But back in Season 14, which was just last season, which was a season that only had a new legend and a map update to an existing Kings Canyon map, no new gun, and no really big major changes as far as features, cross progression, private matches, anything like that. It was pretty much just the same old, but we actually hit, I think the Steam charts hit one of the highest, actually the highest player count of all time in Apex Legends. You could safely say that the game was growing at a very healthy rate, with every season continuously growing in player count. What's really concerning about the current state of Apex right now is that we just had a brand new map that was added into the game, and that is definitely the biggest feature that Apex ever adds, and they only add it once a year. They added a brand new legend, but no brand new gun, no rank changes, and no legend changes or balances whatsoever. And unfortunately, this season does not seem to be living up to the hype that everyone expected it would be, and they were also showing that the Steam charts are only showing that we're only hitting about the equivalent player count that we were hitting back in Season 12. You guys can see this massive spike right here with Season 14. For whatever reason, people were really digging it, even though people seem to really hate Kings Canyon. I've always said Kings Canyon has been a phenomenal map when it comes to the public matches, just maybe not the best ranked map out there, but I think it brings a lot of people back, and people really seem to enjoy it. Regardless, we've seen in the past that Apex's most favorable season, or the seasons that usually do the best over any other seasons, are when they bring a brand new map, and Broken Moon was obviously one of those seasons that we thought would be absolutely massive. With this major spike in Season 14, you could see we did not really get close to that spike, even though they had the addition of a brand new map. And a lot of people are giving this credit to the fact that there was no legend balances, and there was no new gun, and there was no rank changes at all. And over the last couple of days, people have been sharing their opinions on Twitter of how they feel with the new season, and I do think that a lot of people make some fair points, saying things like Catalyst is cool, the Broken Moon map is okay, but there is a big issue with the fact that there's not much more other than that. And a lot of the higher level players that seem to like to stream this game seem to have a really big problem with the current rank system. Back in Season 13, Apex actually made a brand new rank system that was catered to a lot of the pro player suggestions. They actually got in with a meeting with a lot of these pro players and made some changes that they specifically said would be better for the game. When this actually happened, we saw a lot of the player count get mad, get upset, get frustrated that this game unfortunately was now too hard, the rank system was too difficult, and they didn't want to grind as much as they used to. So a lot of people began to quit ranked. A lot of people stopped playing it. Very shortly after, Apex made the decision to stop with the ranked reloaded system that they brought and began to change things back to the way that they used to be, where it was more kill incentive rather than placement incentive. Last season, a lot of people were thinking we were going to get a rank change because the Battle Royale rank designer actually said that if the W key meta was too bad, we would actually make an adjustment, because they always make adjustments, not a big deal. Being the fact that Season 14 was the most W key meta of all time, in my opinion, we thought we were going to see something. And unfortunately, we saw zero rank change whatsoever, other than the fact that you now have to be level 20 instead of level 10. And one of the biggest advocates for trying to get a rank change in Apex was the head coach for Cloud9, who began to show a picture just last night, 6 hours ago at the time of making this video, of their Discord server that is usually massive, usually popping off, usually has so many people always playing ranked, always playing together, using these Discord servers. Showing last night for the first time in a very long time, the entire top 50 voice channel list is entirely empty because of how bad this rank system is, and rampant cheaters and DDoSers that are currently taking over the game. Hideouts actually got back from apparently a vacation yesterday, and so if you've noticed, there's been a lot of cheaters going on in the game right now. A couple of days ago, we talked about how the DDoSing issue is unfortunately back. Well, the ban hammer for Apex Legends tweeted just yesterday, "Okay, I am back, and I'm going through all the cheaters that you guys sent me while I was gone, and I will be cleaning out a lot of those people today." This is not to say that bans were not done in my absence, though. The anti-cheat was working diligently to pick up the slack while I was gone, and I'm extremely thankful for them. So Apex is in a very sticky situation, and a bit of a weird one. I know it's a little disheartening for a lot of the fans out there that have the biggest season of the year supposedly not go according to plan, and unfortunately not hitting numbers like we have at all in the last couple of months and the last couple of seasons. The question remains, is Apex dying? Is Apex dead? And my answer would be, it is not dead. It is not going to die, but it definitely should be a wake-up call to see that it's not all about adding a new map. The new map is not going to save the game. A new legend is not going to save the game. You've got to start listening to the community. You've got to add features that make people happy. Cross progression, private matches, better servers, better matchmaking. Thankfully, they did say in yesterday's video, if you guys haven't watched it, make sure to check it out at the end of this video, that they are making a change to the matchmaking. So you should not be playing Masters and Preds if you're not that high of a level in pubs anymore. They've got to do some core things that are going to change the way the game is felt for a lot of the players. It's got to be fun again. You've got to have that adrenaline rush again. I've been saying for quite some time, what we need in this game is not new stuff, but new ways to have fun with the game. That's custom matches and creative stuff and theater modes where you can get some funny clips and you can record some funny things, or some new game modes where you can play Apex in a new way, or better servers so that you can actually enjoy the games that you do play. I mean, when you go and play the other big titles of the AAA game studios today, it feels so much smoother, so much more beautiful than when you come back to old clunky Apex. The thing is, Apex is just so fun at its core that I really wish it didn't feel so clunky. I wish it wasn't so buggy. I wish the servers actually did work properly. It's like having the world's greatest recipe but using the least quality ingredients possible. The answer to the question, is Apex dead? Absolutely not. Is Apex going to die? Absolutely not. Is Apex dying? I really don't even think it's dying. However, I think, like I said earlier, this is a wake-up call to show that you're not going to get these massive numbers by just adding a new legend and new maps. You've got to do more. You've got to listen to the community. You've got to bring the features that we're all looking for. You got to make the game feel more stable. And with as old of an engine that this thing is built on, I think it's time for Apex to start considering some new avenues. Heard over a week ago from EA that Apex Legends is still just getting started for the year of 2023, and they've got long-term plans with this game still. Also know that they have a single-player game that is coming out, I would assume like an Apex Legends campaign. They announced that a while back, so I wonder how that gameplay is going to play out over on that new game, playing Apex Legends but in a single-player mode, and how much nicer it may feel considering that it may be built a little bit differently. And if it is, you've got to think maybe they're working on a better multiplayer build for this game as well. I don't know, but I'm definitely interested to see what you guys have to say down in the comment section below. Like the video if you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. It's Fiber Die, only positivity, and I'll see you later, Gators.